What do you think when you hear the word minimalism or a life that embraces minimalism? You may have some ideas on that, which may vary from one extreme to the other. Maybe you're thinking that leading a minimalist lifestyle must mean owning nothing and having nothing and living in a cave somewhere or in a one-room apartment somewhere, but it really doesn't have to be an extreme of any sort. The reason why I bring up the very idea of minimalism as part of life, or maybe a necessary or beneficial part of life, is because there's a clear connection between the level of stress in one's life and things such as clutter or even just excess of things. So think about physical clutter. Maybe that's your house, maybe that's one room in your house, maybe that's your garage, maybe that's your workspace, your office. Clutter has been shown to be stressful, even if we don't realize it on a conscious level, that being in clutter and looking at clutter and experiencing clutter is causing stress or contributing to stress, a stressor in itself. It does make a difference when we compare being in an environment that is well organized, uncluttered, and to some degree minimalist in nature when compared to a cluttered environment. Some people may take pride or joy in their clutter and declare that they know where everything is, so it's not really clutter. Maybe the clutter is well organized and they wouldn't really call it clutter. Maybe it's just then a case of excess. Whatever the case may be, you have to be aware enough to consider whether or not your physical environment is cluttered. Because if it is, there's a good chance that on some level, even if it's a small level, it's contributing to the stress in your life. It is some form of stressor to you. Even if you're not recognizing it on a conscious level, subconsciously, it may very well be contributing to the stressors in your life. It may be just another stressor in your life. So the idea when it comes to physical minimalism is to declutter your space, to get it organized, to get rid of what you don't need, to put away the things that you don't need, so that you go from cluttered to uncluttered, so that you have a sense of relief, a sense of free-flowing space that allows you to not have that underlying current of the clutter stress. For some of you, that may mean cleaning up and putting things away. For some of you, it may mean getting rid of a lot of things, or at least some things. But consider that. Think about your physical environment and how you can improve it by focusing on minimizing what's in that environment and decluttering that environment to allow yourself to have a more peaceful space in which to exist. And again, the goal is for all of your spaces to be peaceful and as uncluttered as possible. But realistically, you may want to start with one space or one area. Maybe that's your kitchen, maybe that's your living room, maybe that's your bedroom or your office, your garage, whatever the case may be, and work your way through all of them one by one to unclutter your life in terms of physical space and allow yourself to have a more minimal existence, not to be lacking, not to be wanting, but rather to be free. Letting go of things can be very freeing. And I understand that when you've been holding on to things and you've had a lot of stuff and you have a lot of clutter and that's your norm in terms of what you're used to, it may be scary to let it go. But consider that if you do let go of these things, you are freeing yourself. They no longer own you, because this goes beyond you owning things. The things own you if you can't get rid of them. And you may be able to help others by selling things or making donations, and at the same time getting rid of that underlying stressor in your life, the stressor of clutter. The other thing to consider is the idea of mental minimalism. We are living in a modern society that enjoys a great deal of all kinds of technology, and we are on the go all the time. That means we're engaged all the time with other people, with technologies, with our environment, and our minds don't seem to have too much of a break. Well, mental minimalism would explore the idea of simplifying your thoughts, quieting your mind, allowing yourself to move away from mental clutter or mental excess. That's not to say that thinking and being engaged are bad. Of course not. That's not the case. But you want to make sure that you allow yourself breaks. Don't engage your mind in things that will only stress you out when there is no benefit to them, when there's no purpose to them. We are so accustomed to having things come at us, information, requests, tasks, things to do, to-do lists, that it's a never-ending onslaught on the mind. So why not explore practicing mental minimalism, where you simplify your thoughts, take breaks throughout the day. Don't overload your mind when you don't need to. You don't need to be on the go in overdrive all the time, all day long. You need to be able to have downtime. So consider mental minimalism as part of your way of reducing the stress in your life. The last thing that I want to talk to you about is the idea of digital minimalism. We live in a world where we're constantly connected. We have the news, we have social media, we have all these technologies that connect us to others, to the world around us. And truly, the world has become tremendous compared to just 50 or 100 years ago. We are truly connected across the globe, which is a wonderful thing. It can be an impressive display of technologies and conveniences, but there's a price when we never unplug and disconnect and rest and relax. So I suggest you start to embrace digital minimalism as part of your life. It is not necessary to be looking at your phone or looking at a screen and to be engaged with technology in whatever form at all time. Your waking hours should also be filled with non-technology experiences, non-screen experiences. In-person experiences with other people are a good alternative to constantly staring at screens, interacting with technologies, and being connected to the world without any breaks. There's nothing wrong with turning off your phone or designating some quiet time where you are technology free, news free, social media free, and instead maybe engage in a hobby, engage in a conversation, ideally in person, face to face, maybe read a book, maybe go for a walk, whatever the case may be. But take breaks from technology to embrace some sort of digital minimalism in your life. So whether that's cleaning out your closet, cleaning out your thoughts, or taking breaks away from screens and technology. Minimalism doesn't have to be a scary word. It doesn't have to be an extreme existence. But when you start to explore minimalism in different areas of your life, you are effectively allowing yourself to decrease the stressors that come with things such as clutter and excess. I invite you to try minimalism in the different areas of your life. Remember, practice makes better. So don't give up after just trying one or two things. Keep going, and it won't be long before you can actually feel the difference of living a life that is free of excess, that is free of clutter, and how that can be truly helpful when it comes to managing the stress in your life. If you'd like to learn more about a comprehensive approach to stress management, check out the link below.